Howdy, y'all. This is Proverbs 3 in the HCSB for July 3, 2023. My son, don't forget my teaching, but let your heart keep my commands, for they will bring you many days, a full life, and well-being. Never let loyalty and faithfulness leave you. Tie them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart, then you will find favor and high regard in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own understanding. Think about him in all your ways, and he will guide you on the right paths. Don't consider yourself to be wise. Fear the Lord, turn away from evil. This will be healing for your body and strengthening for your bones. Honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first produce of your entire harvest. Then your barns will be completely filled, and your vats will overflow with new wine. Do not despise the Lord's instruction, my son, and do not loathe his discipline. For the Lord disciplines the one he loves, just as a father the son he delights in. Happy is a man who finds wisdom and acquires understanding, for she is more profitable than silver, and her revenue is better than gold. She is more precious than jewels, nothing you desire compares with her. Long life is in her right hand, in her left, riches and honor. Her ways are pleasant, and all her paths peaceful. She is a tree of life to those who embrace her, and those who hold on to her are happy. The Lord founded the earth by wisdom and established the heavens by understanding. By his knowledge the watery depths broke open, and the clouds dripped with dew. Maintain your confidence and discretion, my son. Don't lose sight of them. They will be life for you and adornment for your neck. Then you will go safely on your way. Your foot will not stumble. When you lie down, you will not be afraid. You will lie down and your sleep will be pleasant. Don't fear sudden danger or the ruin of the wicked when it comes, for the Lord will be your confidence and keep your foot from a snare. When it is in your power, don't withhold good from the one it belongs to. Don't say to your neighbor, "Go away, come back later, I'll give it tomorrow," when it is there with you. Don't plan any harm against your neighbor, for he trusts you and lives near you. Don't accuse anyone without cause when he's done you no harm. Don't envy a violent man or choose any of his ways, for the devious are detestable to the Lord, but he's a friend to the upright. The Lord's curse is on the household of the wicked, but he blesses the home of the righteous. He mocks those who mock, but gives grace to the humble. The wise will inherit honor, but he holds up fools to dishonor. It's wild out there. Right in front of me, a young Zelda is fighting off a monster. I'm going to make sure it doesn't get too violent. It's all about putting these in your mind and putting these in your heart and, remembering them and not forgetting them. To that effect, that's why daily, for me, daily discipline. It's because every day I can reread it and get something new, but also because once a week a sermon isn't enough, or we're just supposed to be doing it all the time and constantly. We're supposed to trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not rely on your own understanding. Everybody's heard that, right? And think about him in all your ways. He will guide you on the right paths. You never hear that second part, do you? But that's the thing, it's like the meditation is supposed to be meditating on the scriptures and his word and thinking and seeking that all the time. Because then it tints your worldview or the problems that you're dealing with. And it can make the way apparent in that way. Or at least make the options that you have that are not viable seem apparent. The exhortation of tithe, because when we tithe, we'll have more than we need. The Lord wants us to keep tithing, so he'll bless us so that we can tithe further and invest into him with the money he's blessed us with. And when you're going through a tough time or you feel like the Lord is maybe not answering you in the way that you had hoped or something, that's the thing, is who are you to assume that the Lord owes you an answer or some kind of action? Well, I've been praying a long time. So who are you? But the Lord disciplines one whom in he delights, just like a son, right? Father disciplines a son. And what's wisdom hanging out with, holding on to? Long life is in her right hand, and riches and honor are her left hand. Riches and honor in a short life, no good. Long life with nothing, not good. Both. We want both from wisdom. A tree of life to those who embrace her, and if you hold on to her, are happy. There's so much more on this. By his knowledge, the watery depths broke open, and the clouds dripped with dew. That's speaking to the world pre-flood. That's speaking to the flood. I mean, there's a lot there just in 320. So we'll have to circle back to that one. Actually, I'll just say, if you're watching this and you don't know, that pre-flood, it didn't rain. There would be dew on things, every morning. Because there was a water canopy, an ice canopy above us. So the water vapor was essentially trapped, and with the cooling of the night cycle, everything would be coated with dew. So a lot of the plants were watered in that way. And the depths, it talks about like the windows of heaven and the depths broke open. So just like we have water now, subterranean, we had it then. Pressurized, who knows? But when the flood came, they broke open. So it wasn't just like it started to rain. It had never rained before, and that's because the ice canopy was melting. But not only that, because of that pressure differential and destabilization, now all the water that was trapped in the earth started popping out. And like, imagine like a soda when you shake it up and open it, it's coming out. So there's a lot to unpack there. But coming from Solomon, who knew such wisdom and such mysteries. So and again, if we're doing the right things and we're meditating on the right things, when we lie down, our sleep will be pleasant and we don't have to be afraid. That's not to say like some people aren't going to struggle with anxiety and true mental conditions, but overall we're supposed to be essentially resting in faith and at peace. And then how to live with people. Don't envy them. Don't accuse them of stuff. Don't lie. Don't lie and say you can't give it to them when you've got it and they need it. Don't poke the bear because you got to live next to each other. And don't envy a violent man or choose any of his ways. So, the worship of like cultural worship of like the gangster and stuff, like, it's not for us. He mocks those who mock, but give grace to the humble. The wise will inherit honor, but he holds up fools to dishonor. I feel like if you watch close enough, a lot of the fools, scoffers, and mockers in the media, they eventually get humbled in one way or another. It's not necessarily immediate. It's not like lightning from heaven or they just drop dead. But there's definitely an answer for a lot of these people, especially if they live long enough. Their life seems to take a turn, or their health does. But it's not what we want for people. We want them to come to the knowledge of Christ and be righteous. But everybody has their own choice to make, and either you'll say to the Lord, thy will be done, or he'll say it to you. $322, Nefesh. They will be life for you. This is confidence and discretion. Don't lose sight of them. They will be life for you, an adornment for your neck. The word is also for your soul or your life. Confidence and discretion. Basically like jewelry for your soul. Interesting. Not just your body himself. Interesting set of passages today. As usual, I got to keep an eye on these two, and I got another one right here napping, so I got to go check on him. Earlier we started napping, and the sky opened up. It's always when you try to do something, right? And then all of a sudden, like, it goes insane. And that's what happened. So now it's 8 o'clock. I got to go get dinner and get these guys bathed. My little muddy, rainwater covered dudes. So I try to maintain my patience because, well, for a number of reasons. But let's just say, like, I don't always have the patience necessary for little boys and all the stuff they want to do, but I want them to do all the stuff they want to do. I want them to be little boys, and I don't want to be exasperated with them. So, pray for me as I pray for myself. And if you struggle with the same problem, just know you're not alone. And just know that it's a process. A friend told me today, how did he put it? I'll see if I can do this.